I'm Mick North. I'm the CEO, President of Anderson Global. I'm here with Ben Plower again, our engineering manager, and today we're talking about Barinder grinder fixture design and build. So Ben, why don't you take us through, if a customer comes to us and they need a fixture designing and building, what do they do? What do they need to do?
Okay. Well, thank you, Mick. Sure. Well, ideally, what we would have is the customer would send us a 3D model of their casting. Here we're just showing a generic casting for an example. But let's say you don't have a 3D model, we have a scanner, we could reverse engineer enough to locate that casting and build a fixture off of as well. But typically, if I get the 3D model and some processing information, this is again just a generic casting, shows me the picture of the casting that they'd like, and then a slide basically saying, hey, I want to grind all of these locations shown in the red areas, then I know where I need to allow access for the grinding wheel. Mm-hmm. So once I have that specific information, I'm able to bring that into standardized start template that also includes the Barinder machine envelope. So this particular one is for a 514. And once I bring that casting in, I'll position it into the optimal level, make sure that the center post, if the casting is too light, we'll be able to hold that down. And once I get the casting in an optimal location inside the machine envelope, I then am allowed to go back through and start to adjust my standardized components, the weldment features, locating details. We have, fixed details on one side, spring operated locators on the opposite side there. And what that does is it allows for some slight variation in the casting from what the CAD model is, right? So once that CAD model comes in and we locate it with the 321 system, that's pretty common around locating, which means basically you have a minimum of 3 points of contact in one axis, 2 points in another axis, and then the final axis, you would have the final locating to align it in the proper orientation.
Okay, that's good. So those posts just get adjusted lengthwise to suit whatever the profile is of the casting.
Yeah, that's correct. Sometimes they'll need to be, we try to keep them as short as possible just for rigidity purposes, but sometimes you might need one that's taller on one side of the casting versus the other side, just due to the complexity and shape of the castings themselves. And find a good solution and a good design. We'll take this design and we'll send it off to the customer. Once they approve the design, it ends up, we'll send it out for manufacturing. We'll manufacture the fixture. And once the manufacturing is complete, we then will take an actual casting sample that we receive from the customer and we'll try it out on the fixture. Many times, almost all the times, the castings are never identical to what the CAD model is, just due to different casting shrinks and different casting variabilities. But that's where some of the spring location and details like that end up pushing it always into the same location for repeatability purposes so that your grinding programs will work for each one.
Yeah, I've talked to our guys that do the assembly work, and they say there's usually a little bit of fitting and fine tuning of the fixture to get it to work properly and nice and rigid. So that's a very important step. Great. Thanks for that, Ben. Appreciate it. And to our customers out there, if you'd like to know more about our fixture design and build, contact us at www.andersonglobal.com. Thanks, Ben.
Thanks, Mick.